Hey guys, what's up? Before I start the video, I want to give a quick shout out to this guy, Oki Cowboy. This dude totally gave me a shout out on Instagram, got me a few followers, so I told him I would return the favor. I'm going to put a link to his Instagram in the description below. I was talking to Cowboy yesterday and I was like, damn dude, you have 10,000 followers, like how many YouTube videos do you have? He's like, I don't really do YouTube, man. I live on a farm, so it'd be pretty boring. I was like, bro, some girl on YouTube has millions of followers and all she does is open Disney toys. I'm sure you can get a subscriber or two yanking on some cow titties. Imagine the slow-mo guys and this guy making a video. I'm not sure if I want to see cow teats in slow motion. Of all the things I would love to see in slow motion, a farm I would probably pass on. As much as I would love to tell you guys that like the past few days have been busy as hell, honestly I just kind of took a little break. I'm really stoked though because a guy on my shift, I'll just call him Jersey, he got me hooked up with a store owner here locally that owns a gun shop, and apparently this guy wants me to do like a commercial for him with like drones and shit. I am totally gonna hook this guy up. I think we're gonna sit down next week and try to figure out the details and stuff, but it should be pretty badass. And it was funny because Jersey asked me, he's like, do you want to do this? I'm like, hold on bro, let me check my Palm Pilot. I'm not doing shit. If she doesn't remember what a Palm Pilot is, bro, she's way too young. Okay, maybe that's a little extreme. Maybe I'm just getting old. I know a lot of you guys are from Dan's page, and a lot of you have been asking me to do a vlog as far as like bikers and cops. Like, what do cops think about bikers? And honestly, I really don't have a lot to say about bikers. Like, I really haven't had a lot of experiences with them that were negative. The only real negative experience I can think of was I remember stopping a guy for speeding, and I wrote him a ticket. And I came up there, and as soon as I gave it to him, the guy's like, man, if I knew you were giving me a ticket, I would have just kept going. Probably not the smartest of responses, but my first reaction was just to say, okay, cool, well next time I'll just pull out in front of you so you don't have a choice. And I know that sounds like a dick thing to say, and I'm not that kind of guy, but that guy pissed me off. I really don't think there's much of like a cops versus biker mentality that everybody thinks there is, just because there's a lot of cops that ride too. I mean, you have like the Blue Knights and stuff like that, but honestly, most of the bikers I've dealt with, man, they're really chill. If I had to think of like one group that we had a problem with, it would probably be the Iron Order. And that's only like far and few between when they get drunk. I think there was a much bigger problem in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s as far as like the Hells Angels and law enforcement and stuff like that. And I have a feeling there's one particular guy on my shift, I already know he's going to give me shit, especially since he's from New York. I don't understand why certain law enforcement groups that ride motorcycles wear a three-piece patch. I don't get that. To me, there's a big difference between getting together with your buddies and like going out to ride and stuff and forming a uniform group that looks like an outlaw motorcycle gang. The Hells Angels don't dress up as cops on the weekend. And I'm not hating on law enforcement clubs. That's not the point of this video. Everybody in law enforcement that I know that rides in a club are great guys. They really are. I just personally don't understand it. When I had a bike, I was never really into like riding with a club or anything like that. Like, I just did my own thing. What bugs me is I see so many video compilations of these bikers that are running from police. Everybody thinks it's the cool thing to do. And even though some of the videos are kind of funny, it's not funny when you T-bone somebody 140 miles an hour trying to get away from law enforcement. I have seen that happen. When you start endangering other people's lives, that shit's not funny. Now, if you're on a dirt bike and you're like trying to get away from a cop in the woods and you're like taunting him and shit, yeah, it's kind of rude, but okay, some of those are pretty funny. My favorite ones are when property owners chase them down. Like, hold on, let me get on foot because I have a chance of catching this guy on a bike. And honestly, as far as my statement to that guy that I was telling you about earlier, I'm not really going to pull out in front of somebody unless they're running for like murder or something. If you're running for murder, I will scratch the paint on my car to stop you. Now, the county north and south of me, I cannot speak for them. They will pit you on a motorcycle. Our county is a little bit more people friendly. The county south of here is notorious for that shit. They will chase you until they need an oil change. And honestly, I think most bikers these days are completely awesome people. I've never really, like I said, I've never really had a bad encounter with a biker other than that one douchebag I stopped. So I don't have any problems with bikers. I really don't. And honestly, it really helps when you meet people like Dan. Whenever you meet somebody like Dan who is extremely polite from the get-go, it really sets like a positive image on the biker community. And I think it works both ways. I was very polite to him, and it was like a mutual respect thing from the start. We had no problems. Hell, we even exchanged phone numbers and went out for drinks. Bottom line, guys, if you guys are gonna ride, just don't be a dick on your bike. Let's get rid of this whole like biker versus cop mentality. Let's squash that shit now. Guys, I really appreciate the support. If you like the video, comment, subscribe. If you want to check me out on Instagram, I post a lot of shit.